When I started out trading 5 years ago, I remember thinking that if I found a profitable strategy, then I would in turn be profitable. And so all of my focus was spent on trying to find the best strategy ever, But after 5 years, I've realized how wrong that thought process was. And the truth is, guys, the strategy is simply a lens. Whatever strategy that you're using is a lens through which you are seeing the market. So it allows you to interpret market movements as information, and then you use that information to see if something is likely to happen or not. That's all a strategy really is. It's a lens to interpret market movements. The thing is, though, you are still the decision maker at the end of the day. So what I mean when I say that is, think about it this way, right? Why is it that so many people can be trading the same strategy, say if they're in the same community, the same mentor, whatever, but every single one of them comes up with very different results? How does that happen, right? They're all learning the same strategy. They should all be taking the same trades, no? But that's not the case, and we've seen that time and time and time again, where one trader can be massively profitable while another is just down in the dumps. They're just not doing anything, they're not progressing, even though they're learning from the same person and the same strategy. So how is that possible? And more than possible, why does it happen all the time, right? And so the answer to that is, you are the edge, not the strategy. So there's some good news and some bad news to this. What do I mean when I say that? The good news is that it doesn't actually matter what strategy you decide to trade. The only thing I will say about this is that ideally you pick a strategy that fits your character. When you pick a strategy that fits your character, it essentially accentuates your strengths and it doesn't really show your weaknesses as much, right? So that's what I mean. For example, if you don't like waiting, then don't be a swing trader. That's a simple way I can put it. If you like fast-paced action, if you want to always be active, right, in most days, then you should be a day trader. However, if you're more like me, where you like planning, you like waiting, you like the sniper mentality of only shooting when the target presents itself, and your trade frequency is low, like I would say 6 to 8 trades a month is the average for me, then you should be a swing trader. So yeah, you should pick a strategy that fits your character, sure, but the strategy that you ultimately choose to trade doesn't matter as much as you would think. And that's really the big twist that most traders will find out eventually, right? Looking for a strategy is not like looking for the Holy Grail. That's not how this works. You need to understand that you as the trader, the decision maker, is the edge. You need to be able to understand all the nuances about your strategy to an extent where you know truly what is good and what is bad within that strategy. That's why strategy hopping is so bad. If you keep hopping strategies, you're not gonna get anywhere, truly. Because in order to get good and get profitable, you really need to understand all the nuances of your strategy. If you don't understand the nuances of your strategy, then no matter how good that strategy is supposed to be, you will never be profitable. That's the truth. So the problem with strategy hopping is that, right? And why do people hop strategy so often once they take a loss or two or go into a losing streak? It's because they still think and believe that the solution to all their problems is the Holy Grail strategy. They still believe that they will become profitable once they find that amazing strategy. Guys, that is not true. So if you take anything away from this talk while we're chilling, walking along the beach here, it's not about the strategy, guys. It's about you, the trader. Your strategy is simply a lens through which you look at the market. Yes, it allows you to define certain setups that work in your favor over a large sample size and all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, you, the trader, are the decision maker. And you can only make really good decisions consistently if you know the nuances of your strategy. You need to know exactly how your strategy works, all the little things that go along with it. It's not as simple as checking off a checklist, every single time. It's not that simple, guys. And that's why I have beef with people who make trading seem a lot simpler than it is. When they say stuff like, oh, just follow your rules, bro. Holy shit, that's another video in and of itself. But I'm gonna get to the point in that is really dangerous, because you shouldn't be following your rules without critical thinking. You can't do that. You need to be able to think critically about the market condition we're in, for example. That's a really big one, because market conditions constantly change, guys. That's the truth. But the good news is that you can actually stay in step with the market. You can change along with the market. As long as you do your weekly reviews, your monthly reviews consistently, you will see how the market is behaving and potentially changing over time. And then you can adapt your strategy towards how the market is changing. And so the only way to adapt to changing markets is obviously not to follow a rigid checklist every time. That's common sense. You can't follow a rigid checklist in the market, because the market is not like an exam that you take in school where the answer is always the same and there's only one correct answer. No, the market is extremely fluid and dynamic. That's the truth. And because of that, you need to be able to adapt alongside changing market conditions. And in order to do that, you need to know that the edge is in you, the trader, and not just the strategy itself. Because you're the one who's doing the adapting. You're the one who's making the decisions. And yeah, that's it. Shoo!